you will have to discuss together. So the main task of this part is to show your ability to interact with the partner, to listen to your partner, to give some reply, right, and to give your own ideas. So this is the main idea of this part. Now, I'd like you to talk about something together for about 2 minutes. In this part we have 2 minutes. I'd like you to imagine that a town wants more tourists to visit. Here are some ideas they are thinking about. And a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. I will find this prompt. Yeah, here is him. Look through. Are the ideas there which we will have to discuss and we will start. So, are you ready? Yeah, can you start? Okay. Now talk to each other about why these ideas would attract more tourists to the town.
Well, as for me, I'm sure that providing some parks would be really interesting for new people to visit our town. Well, to see the parks, to spend holidays there. What would you say about that?
I think you are right, and that might be interesting for lots of people. While on the other hand, there are many more tourists who are too young, and building a large nightclub might be a funny way to spend their time when they want just to relax. Do you agree with me?
Well, yeah. I would say that's a good point, but here is putting up security cameras. Do you think that would be a problem for tourists? Would it scare them?
I think that it's true, and maybe having more shops is too interesting for tourists, and if a town have lots of shops, it's necessary to have security cameras. Do you have anything to add?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too. But do you think that building holiday flats would attract any of tourists? Because, well, who needs flats if there isn't anything else, right?
I think yes, but not so much like other points.
Right.
Okay, so thank you. And now you have about a minute to decide which idea would be best for the town.
Well, I don't think we will need a whole minute. I think you will agree that providing parks will be the best topic.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Providing parks is good enough, but maybe building a large nightclub might be interesting because lots of tourists are usually too young.
Well, I don't know. I think the building a large nightclub is more about a narrow audience, and well, providing parks could attract more range of age, a bigger range of ages.
Yes, I totally agree with you. You are right. Providing parks is the best way.
Thank you very much. Okay. Do you think you have to spend a lot of time to have a good holiday?
I think that's not like this, because if you want to have a good holiday, you can do it in one day because of spending it doing interesting activities.
Even staying in your native town?
Yes, of course.
Well, I wouldn't say so. I think if you need complete relaxation, if you need to get energy for the whole year or just several months, you should spend some more time than one day, for example a week or 1.5 week.
Oh, Alexei, some people say we travel too much these days and shouldn't go on so many holidays. What do you think?
Well, it's a question personally for every person. Or for someone, it's easy to work like the whole year or several years straight, but for some persons, it's really important to have a break.
Oh, so it depends on a person.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Katyush, do you think people have enough time for holidays these days?
I think that nowadays, due to the quarantine, they had a lot of time to have rest after their routine days and hard working, but usually they don't.
So they don't have enough time. Yeah. Okay. So now, why do you think people like to go away on holidays?
I think that's because of, for instance, first of their interests, and while they spend time not at home and anywhere outside, they get more energy, and they have that they are ready to start their working with fresh energy too.
Fresh energy.
Well, yeah, the world is really big, and it's interesting to see other cultures, just be in another climate and so on. But of course, one of the reasons is that living in one flat or just one region for a lot of time, it can bother you too.
Right, okay. What can people do to have a good holiday in Russia? Talk to each other, please. What can people do to have a good holiday in Russia? So your opinions, share your opinions.
Russia is big too, so they could travel just around it. Vladivostok, St. Petersburg, Caucasus, for example, or just you can travel all around the Russia and see. Well, there are a lot of interesting places. You could just see the cities and some nature, interesting places.
I totally agree with you, but then the most popular part of Russia is its center, for example, Moscow, St. Petersburg, and usually people go there to visit historical buildings, for example, and just to feel the atmosphere of these towns, because they can show the tempo of our life. No, that's more suitable for people from regions.
Well, yeah, because Moscow and St. Petersburg have a lot of their own culture, and a lot of city myths and so on. So yes, it's a good point.
I see. So if somebody asked you what is the best way to have a good holiday in Russia, you would recommend what? Moscow or St. Petersburg?
If those people are from regions, yes. If they're from Moscow and St. Petersburg, they would go to regions.
Okay, and if you had yourself an opportunity to go somewhere in Russia, where would you go?
I would
To
go
have a good
to
holiday,
St.
the question
Petersburg, I
is-
think.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I would go to St. Petersburg. Well, I've been there just several times, and not for a long time actually. So, I like this city, and I would like to see it one more time.
Yes.
For me, yes, the same. I'd like to visit St. Petersburg too, and maybe Karelia, because and South Kiev, because there are lots of amazing places which show us the most amazing part of Russian nature.
Thank you very much. Okay, this is the end of the test. Thank you very much.